hitting a little bit of beer. It's just something that will happen. Alright, so I'll still be able to see things fairly easy. Right next to me right here is the drill press. We're still fine-tuning it and getting it set up. It'll take some time to get this adjusted right so we can do our peening and penning. Well, peening will come later, obviously. But the forge is getting nice and hot, and see where she goes. So don't mind me. I'm gonna take a moment, let everything warm up. We got 2 tanks of fuel. Both are pretty low. And I will probably take a moment or break from the stream to go and get more fuel and some dinner. I was going to do that, but I'm also behind on time. I thought I'd rather be here getting everything prepared than just running around trying to buy stuff right away. Especially since everything else currently is just madhouse right now. I was hoping to have either my buddy who helps me in the forge, when I say that by not help me in the forge, we work together in the same forge, obviously. But I was hoping that maybe he'd be here, but also remember he's married. He's probably spending today together with his wife. I don't know. I didn't bother to go knock on the door. But here we are. Welcome to Stallman's Forge, if you're whoever you may be. Yeah. would show you guys on live chats, so that way I can see you in real time. At least, I think so. So welcome. Feel free to share to whomever. Right now we're just getting everything warmed up. You haven't missed much. Sorry for the late start, again. Mostly because I forgot my phone, which is my camera. The editor did not come today. He was going to spend today with his family during the Super Bowl. So, it's just going to be us, whoever is all here. I'm eating chips. Sorry. Anvil's a little cold, so it's going to take a hot second for me to get it going. I thought you were my regulars. But yeah, it happens. You do you. Hello, second person. Welcome to the stream. We're letting everything kind of warm up, heat up, get prepared. It is what it is. I don't know what the halftime show consists of, but so far everybody's told me that it's been kind of shit with the commercials anyway. Probably make sure that I did share this everywhere. Whenever it tells me it's connecting, I don't believe it, so I will go, oh shit. Looks like we're ready to. Yeah. Alright, we're good. still really cold, so it's pulling all the heat out really quickly. After a few runs of the on and off, it'll heat back up. Or at least heat to a point where we can actually use it. But thank you anyway for coming to the show. Scheiße. He left. Oh well. checking what steel I was using, just to refamiliarize myself with it. This specific steel, to start forging it, is about 1800 degrees. That's just to start with. Oh, there you are. I was wondering why that was going on. So, we're just finishing up on some blanks, getting some tangs ready. I still don't have any wooden handles yet, so we're kind of a little bit behind on that. But, distressingly, I think we may have a crack here, which is no good, like at all. It's terrible. But I think it's also just pinched metal together, so it'll come out in the ground. And since it is Super Bowl Sunday, we will be doing something on stream, which will be you guys, the low T. And I don't want to be accused of pushing off my responsibilities as the smith onto you. Put it back in there, and I started looking at it, I'm like, that's about what I want anyway. So what we will do is start working on the bubbles. These are too wide for what I'm working with. So we'll be downgrading to these. My friend made these. Just some really simple tongs. Not really anything super duper. Not specialized for anything specific. Works really well with like really thin blades because it has that nice flat pinch. It's going to take this part a minute to heat back up again because this front edge of the blade, before we start tapering it a little bit more from the tip to the back, from the spine, since I didn't put a rake on it, I'm not worried about really thinning out the tip. But we will be thinning it out by beveling it. And it'll slowly start picking up more speed with heat from that. But right now, it's just a little too thick to take in a lot of heat really fast. And thank you for the like. Oh, no, they took away their like. I don't know what to do. It's a pretty chill stream today. slow and steady. Make sure we go through all our steps right. It'll be too easy. Oh, I have an influx of guests here soon. If we already got them, thank you, Fireside, for welcoming them. Ah, I broke a part of my nail off. Nice. So, yeah. Oh, this part is the worst. Waiting for all of it to heat up properly throughout the blade. As I start tapering it and hitting it. Because as I start to taper the back, the nose is going to start going down almost as if I was beveling it on the blade. I can counteract that by just kind of correcting it, taps on top, gravity hits, not really putting any force behind it, just letting gravity do all the work, which is the best way to get that out. Besides, obviously, grinding the tip away, which I don't want to do. I want to minimize all my grinds because that is the longest and most hand-aching part besides the sanding. I wish I could do this every day. Where it gets too out of control. So high, it's really hard for me to get a good spot to bevel without like reaching well over the anvil or tucking it really close to myself, which is not as a good idea. So I guess for now we're going to do some protection, and we're going to go ahead and put on our bib. A lot of people just showed up. Well, it's what I call language. I assume a lot of other smiths would say just an unfinished knife. We've profiled it in the previous streams. I invite you to go back and watch those if you want at your leisure. We're going to try to make something like this, get it ready for a handle. Unfortunately, as I said, I don't have any handle material readily available that I can take from the shop at the moment. I could try to make a composite handle by taking colored pieces of wood, which I would prefer to do than just taking the same color and just dotting it. I like having some kind of variation in it. And then we would heat this tang up really, 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 really hot, glowing hot, like that. It's in the forge right now. And we'd burn it through the handle material to get a very tight, very specific fit. Then I'd pull it back out, go over the knife once more with my grinder, then heat it up, normalize it three to four times, and then immediately start quenching it. We got some quench tanks over there, which is mostly just peanut oil. If I was working with road spike, I just used ice water. Different metals have to have different specific quenching and hardening. Like this one, we're using spring steel, which is just 5160. I actually have a little handy-dandy chart that tells me all the different types about it, its chemical makeup, and so on. Like most of this is pretty standard stuff. Like this one, for 5160, specifically talks about oil quench. Joker says, the Hair v. Hair is March. Astrith, dude, flights have been booked. Oh yes, that's nice. I'm actually excited to see that as well, Joke. That's alright. Back to heating it up. So every time I put it back in after a few different hits, that's generally because my anvil is made of steel and it draws in the heat from the hotter steel, and it makes it a little harder. Because the colder it gets, its molecules start to settle down and they start to lock back into place where it needs to be. So once I start hitting it, it takes on its appropriate hardness, which makes it more difficult to work and move the steel. So, in and out is the name of the game on that. But other than that, feel free to ask your questions. I'm here to help you or entertain you or have something for you to put on during your D&D games. Just let me know, so I'll just keep hammering, cursing, and saying random shit. See it. Alright, so everyone else was when we started. So, we're starting to taper this edge down. I'm not going to actually touch the still burning hot steel. We're starting to make this into a bevel. I like small bevels. I know I should make them bigger, and I will. I've used... Here, I just kind of pick whatever I like and smells good, honestly. And then I just wash and condition it. Another good beard tip. Comb it. And then brush it. Be gentle with your brushing and your combing. You don't want to pull beard hairs out, that will damage them. Just comb out all the tangles. And then brush it smoother. About it. Once you get past the homeless stage, you're set. Use a decent conditioner, nothing too heavy. Just depends on what you would put in your head hair. So, viewer discretion advised. scale buildup can fly off and hit me in the eye, which is unpleasant. I've had it happen several times. I've had it cut my arm. I've had it cut my face. So if you start forging, take appropriate precautions. And one of the most common questions I've ever had is, how can you forge next to fire and heat with a beard? The answer is, really easily. It actually protects my face from a lot of the heat. And when it's cold, it retains the heat. Now this process, step in the process where we're beveling and starting to thin it out a little bit more at a time, it's actually getting faster. So please go ahead and shoot the rest of your questions. I'm down to talk about beards and other such things. And Auntie, we are doing, we're finishing up more of our saxes. We have a few blanks ready to be grind on, which we'll do later today. So hearing protection will be a thing I'm not going to be using. Here's one that's ready for probably to be untempered, reworked a little bit, and then we're going to not temper it again. And take every bit of hardness out of this again. And we're not going to quench it again. It's going to either be a showpiece to show you guys what's going on. Yes, classic knives, I enjoy making historical knives. And you'll notice some of these knives are not what you would typically associate with saxes. It's I'm not so skilled that I can make them exactly the same. Yes, it's very much a magical safety net. But I do try to get at least some of the qualities right. And you'll see some knives that look similar to that, and some pieces, some knives won't. I always try to make the traditional, or at least the most noticeable, of the straight broke back sacks. And that's going to get some people to giggle. It just means that literally there is a clear break between the point to the rake, and it's straight back again. Well, I mean, saxes are utility knives. I mean, they can be heavy, they can be light, they can be more of a chopper, a slicer, a cutter. I mean, it really depends on what you want. And that's the big part about making knives I love. The hard part right now is getting this darn thing to do exactly what I want. But I don't give up. Because I watched a lot of Bob Ross. And as a child, I knew that I'd never be a painter like Bob Ross. It just wasn't in me. I love the idea of painting. I love art. But I knew I wasn't ever going to be an artist. Mostly because whenever I try and fail multiple times, I was like, this is just not something that calls to me. I love it. I appreciate art. But it wasn't me. In this sense, I like to think of myself as a similar Bob Ross, but with metal and fire. Yes, that's why I have a happy little fire extinguisher. As long as my friend the fire stays in his home, we're good. Bite very well on this. Saw something. Yes, metallic Bob Ross. Yeah, kind of. Exactly, Anthony. Hopefully here in the near future I'll have a better setup than my phone sitting right in front of me. Signal relay or some kind so we can continuously broadcast without really any interruptions or down. Feel free to share this video link to whoever. I don't mind. Again, it's just Super Bowl Sunday. I know people are doing their own thing. But, yeah. someone wants to watch it, by all means. Now, a sad truth is that I could, in fact, grind in the bevels, but I'd rather not. As anyone here can tell you, Tom work is hard work. We're in no particular rush tonight. Like I said, I might end up having to go. I might have to go get some more fuel here in an hour or two. Consider that like a small intermission. Go get your lickies and chewies and munchies and drinks. And while I'm getting new fuel during that time, I'm going to start pricing some wood. See what I can get. Most timber is not good for the handles. They'll splinter and break pretty easy. I'd love to get my hands on some more exotic wood, but I do know a guy who gave me some ironwood, and I don't know if everyone's seen it. If I can find it. This is some Class B ironwood. That's just for when I won the contest for it. Just a small block. We're going to make this into a handle for Jones's Xiphus blade in sometime in the near future. Probably during the time whenever we get a bigger shop. I'd love to use it, but I don't want to waste it. So that's why we're doing that. Come for the forging, stay for the beer. I don't know if you can see it too well because it's still really red hot, but marked where our bevel is at currently. It's not very great. As I'll tell anyone, I'm an amateur smith, so everything I do is by feel and what I've learned from other smiths and read in books. It's not that hard to get into blacksmithing. You just gotta have a wheel to shape the steel, no pun intended. A wheel, not wheel. So it's back in again, just reheating it. Sprinkles, I can't stop myself. exclaimed little bastards because some scale flew off and hit me in the arm. Sadly, no product placements for me. I wish Dr. Pepper would sponsor me. But I think I'd get sick of it after a while. What flavor? Just regular. Oh, the flavor of Pringles. Oh, salt and vinegar. My favorite. I love the nice little crisp bite to it. Side nice and beveled. Surprisingly though, it's like, it looks like because of this one side has taken more abuse than the other side. I'm gonna have to take it off after I do some more tapering from the spine and more or less start preparing it for the grinder, which will take some time, which is fine. I'll swivel you guys around so you can see. And we'll move on to that, which I'm pointing off camera that you can't see to my belt grinder here. It's nothing amazing, it's just a simple belt grinder. I don't know what we did with the big, oh there it is, the big one's right behind me. Along with the handsaw that doesn't work right now. Said some things. I buy from New Jersey Steel Baron and a few other places. There's a variety of places to get them. The problem is price and how much metal you can get. They sell it by the foot. So I can get like a 7-foot section cut up into smaller pieces. So usually about a foot piece that I'll use. And I can usually pull about 2 knives out of that right now for me. If I had like a power hammer, I could probably stretch a lot more metal further. We're just being quiet and observant. But yeah, usually if I can repurpose anything, as long as it's a good steel and I can identify it readily, I'll reuse it 100%. I mean, you can get it just about anywhere. Looks like I'm about to change up the propane. Yeah, that's empty. Oh, I gotta. Let's pull you further away so we don't have any accidents. I guess I'll need you much lighter. Still. Okay. That's one tank down. This one doesn't have much in it, so we'll find out. I'll have to run to Walmart to get a propane exchange here soon. I really shouldn't spend so much money on this, but I can't help it. It's a passion. It's not a hobby. I appreciate when people call me a hobbysmith to a degree because that's how they see it, but I'm not. I like to think of myself as an amateur, a novice, something in that regard, something in the vein that I take it seriously. Because I do take it seriously. It's not something I take lightly or for granted. Oh, you're fine. You're not worried. You don't. I don't mind having a crowd that talks. I've let my forge go a little too long without the fire in it, and it's kind of gotten under optimal, so I'm going to have to let that reheat. Well, I'm hoping that it continues to be pleasant for you. It's meant to make people happy in a degree. As long as you enjoy yourself, it's all that matters. But I was about on the money with that 1 hour worth of propane burning. I'll be right back. I mean, anyone should learn how to make their own knives. I mean, why not? there's no harm in it. There's no reason not to. Where did those tongs go? There they are. Crafting, in my opinion, is a lot. I don't really need all that. I guess, ladies and gentlemen, I will start working on either a new project or a new blank, because I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4. We'll do one more. We'll shape one more thing. Because if I learned one thing so far in my short YouTube career, you must have content. Yeah, of course, chemistry helps a lot. You can apply towards medicine or distilling, and that's not just for alcohol to drink. I mean, you could use chemistry in a lot of stuff. If you know what's in it, what it's made of, if you can distill it down and get the best things out of it, yeah, 100%. Herb lore and stuff like that, primal skills. Stuff that, well, whenever, you find Bartertown in the Holocaust, you could apply that in some way. Maybe they found a nuclear warhead and they need you to help them fix it. Or something. I don't actually understand the course you're studying. But I'll use what little words that I can of it. Nuclear chemistry, so I'm assuming that you're some kind of nuclear. The longest part is thicker steel takes longer to heat. I might actually be able to save a piece of it, because I might be able to, if I could cut it in half right now, I could probably get maybe 2 more knives. Well, that knife and another knife, so 1 more knife. There's a lot of cool stuff I'm working on getting made. A lot of projects in the chute. But unfortunately, my day job eats up most of my time. And then when I get home from work, I usually don't want to do anything. Which I need to correct that. I don't need that kind of mentality anymore. I need to really get out here and hammer steel more often and just get to it. Here earlier when I was discussing spring steel, which is what I'm using. It takes about 1800 degrees to start forging with. So we're well on that temperature. So there's that plus. Oh. Also in exciting news, you can find me on Tuesday on the Doctor on Call with Doc. I would definitely not rely on those things to teach you about the outdoors. The best way for you to learn about outdoors is from someone who's an outdoorsman. Now, take whatever they say with a grain of salt, because not everything they say will be absolutely true. But they can teach you to appreciate nature in a certain way, what to look for, how to actually react to things. you have your thumb wrapped in its fucking esophagus, peeling its innards out of its butthole. One thing a hunter never told me, when you field dress one and you cut around its anus, it farts. I spent a good amount of time trying to cut around its butthole so that way I don't infect the meat with its intestines and its stink sac and stuff like that. They would fart at me, so it was like all around it, cutting off all that, and just trying to peel it out after I've cut its throat, butchered the ribs enough where I could peel them back, cut the little slimy piece of tendon or gristle, I guess, holding everything in and just peeling it out. I won't lie, I vomited. I got like halfway pulled out and went, and then the rest of the way it went. It was a very interesting experience. You'll enjoy field dressing a deer. It's a different kind of... Butchering it's not too bad. That wasn't too hard. Skinning it was a bit of a bitch. Quoted a comic book to me. I'm paraphrasing. Basically, I can shape steel because my will is stronger than the steel, and it will be what I want it to be, regardless of how tough it is. It will be shaped because my determination and my bullheadedness will make it so. No way to get around it. And right now I'm using my Mini-Mew small sledgehammer. It's less than 2 pounds, or about 2 pounds, which on that anvil is probably about the biggest of the hammering I want to do on it. And we lost everything. Yes, I have. A brain-tanned hide. It's interesting. I used a hide pole, or skinning pole, to like cleanse it. Cleansing pole, that's what it is. I didn't do too well when I tanned. I'm not a leather worker. If I want to be a one-stop shop, I will be. Because in the future, I will be making armor. As soon as I get the materials to make a fishing stump and a round anvil, which Alfred the Mediocre managed to teach me and show me how he made his. So we should have that sometime in the future. Those of you who've been here before and seen me peen down the tang, right now I'm trying something new I saw another smith do. No, we lost everybody. No. Oh well, it happens. I'm sure we're fine. I got like so many notifications. Yay! We hit 71 subscribers. We're big leagues now! Woo! No, we're not even close. But that means we have one more person interested in what I'm doing. I'm sure if you just... Welcome back. I was monologuing to the ether. No, that's not good. Well, ladies and germs, I just expended the last of that. So, I could save that piece for another stream. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, I can understand why it keeps dumping in and out. That's fine. But we're about to start the grinding because I'm out of propane, and I'll have to get some later. So, without further ado, we're going to start the grinding phase. Some of them could probably use a little bit more love under the anvil, but we ain't got time for that. Ah! Ignore me stumbling all over myself. I haven't even cracked the beer open. All right, let's get the camera stand ready. I use that term very loosely when regarding this contraption because it's not for that. Let's see what we can do to get this set. It's not even charging, so that's fine. That's fine. Sort of a bump and grind, I suppose you could say. Indeed, he did come at the right time. Let's move my wallet and my keys. Now this part's gonna get pretty loud. This will vibrate because it's not like tethered down to anything. I'll be using my gloves because it's going to get really hot. And we'll see how we do. I kind of should probably still wear the apron. Yeah, we'll wear the apron. I do take safety precautions where I can. So, I mean, just in case something kicks back, comes loose, flies off, like this belt comes unloose, and I don't want it smacking me up my face. So hopefully the leather will be enough of a grind stop. That's still pretty good. It needs to be replaced, but it'll do for now. And as you can see in here, there's a lot of material that is leftovers. So when I'm grinding blades, there's this stuff left over, which is the remainder of different blades. So you plugged up? Yes, you are. Alright, noise warning. we got the start of the bellow coming out from all the patina. As you can see, there's this middle piece of patina that hasn't quite come out yet. That's where my hammer blows were a little too deep on that. Ow. We got the other side started as well. It's a little rough still, but we're getting there. Hi, Ray. I'm grinding off the patina to kind of show the edge of it. Just so you can hear me a little better. Alright, so, like I said, we're starting to reveal the metal and steel underneath. As you can see right here, there's still a lot of patina on it. And the patina, for those who are not in the know, is this stuff right in here. Looks a little warm. Anyway, it's the buildup from the burning from the propane forge. It will always do that, no matter how hard I try, unless I do it a different way, such as a coke forge or coal forge, which it'll blacken on its own in different ways. Different things cause different reactions, which causes different forms. This is kind of a form of rust. from how the propane burns. So anyone who knows chemistry will know why it's rusting. And some people enjoy a good patina. This is a nice smooth. You can see a few textures in there, and I can, over time, kind of chip away at them with a little bit of hand sanding. But for this part, we got a nice clean spot right here, a little bit right there. Gives it a little character. We're not putting an edge on it, as you can see. It's quite dull. I bet you do. Yes, I'd imagine it is quite similar. But yeah, eventually we're going to try to get it to where it's more like this one, with very few little spots of how deep my hammer went on it, and a bit closer to the more cleaner spots on it, but hopefully from front to back. Hey, Kadan. I am doing good. We're out of propane at the moment. Here, probably about another hour, I'm going to go to Walmart and get some exchanges if they're open. That it being a holiday of some kind. You may have heard of it. It's Super Bowl Sunday today. So I decided to brave ridicule by doing this. Alright, so we're going to go right back to it. You're too kind, Doc. You're too kind. No, I completely agree with you that I do need eye protection. It can get in my face. I've had it hit me in the head. Had hit me in the face before. So you're absolutely right, Irate. But with risk comes reward. We have a much cleaner blade edge now. Now we still have a lot to take off in the center of it. And that's only because I'm probably going to whetstone it. I don't usually, if it's a fast order, there's some small touch-ups I need to do right here with the grinder. I wish I had a little smaller grinder, but yeah. For the most part, this is almost ready in the front. I just need to take a lot of the grind back again, hit it with a bit of a... I got some steps. By steps, I mean like I can see where I've ground at a specific angle, and then accidentally turned it down or turned it up, causing it to have like a step pattern. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I like wearing ear protection when I weld, for damn sure. But other than that, we're good here. Let's move on to our next piece. And I know some people are coming in going, I thought they were going to be smithing in this. Should have been here earlier. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. But still, once we have an intermission, I'll go and get some more fuel. We'll finish up that little dagger I'm working on. We'll get these nice and pretty for a little bit. And sadly, I still don't have wood. I need stuff about yay big. This is no good because it was part of a furniture appliance at some point, and we've already used all the good parts off of it. It's up here in the rafters, and sadly, we're down to the nothing because we already cut off all the legs to make good pieces of handle. Like this is actually a really good wood. It smells nice. Yes, yes. Sometimes I value my wood off of smells. Take that as you will, Kadam.
Oh, I accidentally put an edge on that one. So I'll have to be a little careful. But I'm taking it from perfectly gray to a nice little sheen. It's not too bad. It needs more work, but it will get there. So far, we got 3 ready to put a handle on. Not glued, but, burn through. And then we can put them back in and fix all the little mistakes that I've made. Most, anyway. Ah, yes. No, I will not make you a chainmail condom. That would be like making a very long glove for just your finger. Just cut off all the other fingers of your glove, and then just chainmail the entire length. Plus whatever extra. I'm not going to guess. As couth as he gets. You heard it, Kadant. He can't get any more couth. He's couthed out. All right. Only percent battery life left. Oh, why is there bubbles? God, that's no normal. Yes. Now go away. There we go. Jeez. Cancel. There. Okay. We all normal? Yeah, y'all can see stuff. All right. Well, at the moment, I'm about to get more propane so we can finish up on starting that dagger. So it's an intermission. It'll take me a minute to get everything set back up again. I think I've been around for when you've been worse, Kadun. But still, we've been running for an hour and 42 minutes or so. But yeah, I'll be back. I mean, I'm just saying my shirt says it all. But still, we'll be back with more as soon as I get back from Walmart and exchange some propane for other stuff. And then it's beer time. And I'll take a small Q&A. I imagine you are absolutely terrible. So, ladies and terms, I'm going to probably just leave the phone here. I'm not going to cut it off or anything. It's just going to be some dead air. So, talk amongst yourselves. Have fun. Leave me questions and comments. Like, share, subscribe. Check out my descriptions, everybody, and you'll find a list of really cool peoples. Not everyone's on there because that's a lot of work, and I basically copy paste a template of these things. I really should just put them all out so I can just go, but I don't. So, needless to say, I shall return. I just gotta go spend $35 to exchange 2 tanks because I might as well get 2 instead of just 1. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to Andy if I didn't. So, be right back. Didn't bring coats, it doesn't. Alright. Make sure you're absolutely closed. Come on now, unscrew. Alright. Oh, shiza. I'm gonna have to get some editing too. Alright. Phone, keys. Phone's over there. Alright. Huh, you still have plenty. Why did you cut out? Weird. Damn it. Alright.
I've returned, ladies and germs.
Wow, there's still one person. Oh my. And everyone took back their likes. Oh no. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Sorry. Alright. Alright. I got the fuel, but I'm really hungry. It's in my truck. We'll start back again on that, and we'll move this so you can see again. So I'm here now. We're live again. Yes, it's still doing it. Awesome. Sweet. All right. Woo! Just there. And all right. Do that right there. Put this one right here. Close. All right. Now it's going to stink. Do, do, over and away. I launched the trebuchet, sending it over and away, over and away, over and away. Now that we're back with fuel, let's put you over here still, doing your thing. But I have to let it heat up because it went completely cold. So, while I eat my sandwich, you have me to yourself to question. By all means, ask anything you'd like. I'm eating a burger. With extra pickles!
back of my thumb from getting hit with it. It wasn't fun at all. To be honest with you, a lot of the injuries I get are basically instantaneous. They hurt really bad right then, but they kind of just fade out right away. Like, I got burnt on my forefinger, my index finger, and my thumb on the tips because I touched a bolt that I thought was cooler than what it was to pick up a choke on the forge so that way it would adjust airflow. Little did I know, or I should have known, was that this 2,000-degree forge would have heated up a little bitty bolt. Cried for a little bit. I was like, fucker, asshole, nah. But thankfully, it's better than me taking my whole hand around it and trying to lift it up. Because that's what I thought I was going to do. I was like, just pick it up. And I was like, no. Burn myself. There's never been a really bad one. Because all the ones that you get are going to be a bad one. It's when the really bad ones happen, like catching some filing in the eye, catching anything, honestly, in the face, eye, getting spalding in your ear. It gets pretty bad. No, I've not visited a hospital for this. I don't even visit the hospital when I get injured at sword fights. Cause liver damage. Alright. We'll take one. This is just some relief. There's probably times I could have gone to the hospital if I wanted to, but I mean, I've never had any. European longsword fights, mostly. That's what I practice, and I practice with members of the Association for Renaissance Martial Arts. We study the martial arts of Renaissance Europe. Cuts under my eye, I've had cuts on my head, I've had my ribs poked really hard, I've had my fingers busted open several times. All superficial, to be honest with you. But they sucked at the moment. Yeah. You didn't miss anything there. It was the Patriots. You already know the outcome, Doc. But you said football. I don't remember there being a football team named the Patriots. Yes, I do a lot of self-medicing. Usually with like super glue, duct tape, spit, dirt, just ignoring it and letting the sun dry out the blood till it clots. Don't worry, hashtag Tennessee Titans /Vols, my home team. I don't give a shit because they keep losing. And football just never really interested me. Just never was my thing. I was like, that's cool. You ran really far, really long. Just like some Olympic sports, like the 100-meter dash, the relay races. It just doesn't interest me. It's like, sweet. I got paid to do that in the Army, to run really far. Hashtag my Saints got screwed. Well, at least you don't have to worry about losing money on the game. Could have been worse. And I'm tired of them winning. Always that. Casual breeze coming in from the outside is playing havoc with my fire a little bit. Now, if I had my Coke Forge, it would not be that bad. Yes, I was in a long time ago now. Joined back when I was 18. Hopefully this headache medicine will kick in and I'll feel a little better. Welcome back. I'm sure the stream dumped again. Check on you guys, but I kind of have to. So without you, I'd be by myself. Like, shit out of it. Alright, so doing this new method has given me really good shoulders right in here, which is great. Instead of just painting out. So if you've been with us, if you've been following me for a little bit, you'll know what I mean by painting. Yes, I find it easier than doing camera right now, or videos, mostly because I don't have the editing software or the skills to edit, but I do streams, I get to talk to you guys, you can ask questions, and I don't have to worry about checking comments later and whatnot. So, it's more like it's free time to talk to me versus waiting for me to respond to a comment or address it in another video. But I figure streams are fine for now, mostly because it gives you hours of stuff to watch if you want to. So there's really nothing else to really do with it. And it's just easier on me to do this than it is to set up the camera, record, run back to make sure it's still running, or not eating up too much memory. And it's so much faster to do a stream to upload than it has been for any of the videos in my past that have always failed to upload in this particular sense. Yes, actually, yes. I usually need someone to either be a striker, someone who takes a heavier hammer than what I'm using, and moves steel faster. I'll correct it with my cross peen to get it back on track. I don't necessarily need them, but it is handy. Now that I think about it. I can eliminate a lot of teamwork with the right tools, such as a power hammer instead of a striker. Someone to... I got other tools to make scabbards for my knives. I got woodworking tools to make sheaths and leather. But typically, if I could, I would have literally make this, pass it on to someone who does nothing but grind and find the edges, sharpens it, then pass it on to someone who will hilt it and work the wood, then pass that on to whoever does the sheaths, and so on and so forth. Like a team process of like, alright, boom, hand that off to you, you take it, you do your thing to it, then you pass it down the line. And then I can keep making these blanks and profiles and shapes that they need to be, and then keep passing these product pieces down to assembly. But since I'm on my own, I don't have the means to pay for these things. I do it all by myself, or with my friend Andy whenever he's not busy. Basically, that's what you'd see. I mean, blacksmiths of the day would also do the same, because you need years of training to do some parts, and you've got to kind of such as smithing the blade. It takes years of practice to get proficient or mastery of it. Now, someone who makes hilts and makes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time. Much like making this tang, we started off like yay much and about that wide-ish, and we've taken it down quite a bit. Took, what, 10-15 minutes to make this. Now that's not to be taken easily. You look at their equipment, you look at their types of fuel, all these things take a factor. And everybody's gone. That's okay. Welcome back. And you know what? Time for a beer. Since I don't have this age-restricted adult juice. What's up, Eric? Welcome to the stream. I would wrench people, but unfortunately I cannot. Why that word is so hard for me to say. Arnold Palmer spike from, I think, Twisted Tea or whatever, or maybe Mike's, or I don't know where it's from or who makes them. Delicious. I wish I had someone to make me real Arnold Palmers, but that doesn't happen. Hoping one hand should do a little bit faster. I can't do accents perfectly. I can do close, I guess, because it all kind of sort of sounds similar to me. But I can do a really shitty walk-in impersonation, if you want to hear that, and me try to say Arnold Palmer. What the fuck? I just said it good. What the fuck? I can't do it, guys. I don't have talent no more. Let me get a little bit more beer. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Do you not know where I'm going with this story? You see, I'm hammering steel. I can't do it. I can't do it. Sorry. I can't keep his accent. It's just so hard. Morty. I can't do it. I can't get it. I can't get his pitch. It's just. I can do stupid southern stereotypes because I'm from the South. And now, I almost went back to him. Oh, now. I can't. Oh, God. I'm in the walking hole, guys. I can't get away. Now, you see, when you're hammering steel, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt if you don't wear protective equipment. There's actually a certain level where I stop drinking the beer to let myself level back out. Because I don't forge drunk. I might forge buzz, but never hammer drunk. That's when bad shit would happen. Gotten this right here nice and thin. Now what you want to do is bring it in a little bit more thickness wise inside again. Now when you do that, you're going to stretch it just a hair up and you will get a bit hair wide again. So you're going to keep flipping and rotating, keep it straight, crook free, as well as keeping it narrow. Now when you get to the point where you're going to burn through, you'll be happy that you kept it narrow. And to tell you why is something simple. When you pre-drill your hole, such as in this block right here, you can see that it takes the shape all the way down to the shoulders. And that's to ensure a good fit. Now when you get there, you're going to find yourself in a prime position for your fluid and your setting. Now, you want to make sure you tap out all the ash from your block. So that way, your bonding agent will adhere to the wood and the steel properly without any rigmarole with the ash clinging to it and not the wood and steel. Also, make sure it has a good fit, because once you tap out all the ash, it should slide in freely but snugly. So don't wiggle it, don't bend it back and forth, because you're going to cause the blade to warp one way or the other or get some kind of crazy wiggle through it. You'll be more crooked than a politician's spine. And you don't want none of that now. That can cause problems in your blade with stress fractures and micro cracks.
feel free to ask right there in the chat. Yeah. Adrian! They called me punchy again! Adrian! Which, to be fair, boxers who get punched in the head too much tend to become mush, sadly. Beer, 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 tiddly beer, 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 tiddly beer. There they are. Show me the way down to the whiskey pop. Show me the way down to the whiskey pop. Start working on the blade end. Now I've only seen a couple ways to do it, but again I'm still debating whether I want to go for a double-bladed knife / dagger, or stick to the more traditional route that I have been going and making more like that. Now obviously our tang's going to be about that much, but that's more than enough to fit in the palm of your hand. I prefer a tang that goes all the way through the back of my palm from the handle. So, about that much. That's how much I like. We're going to be about maybe that much. Now this is one he ground out to a degree. You can see a lot of that in this. He did pound it out, but a lot of this is grind. That's one of Andy's words. And still, I'm just so amazed how light this is. I mean, this was a bar of steel. This was a bar of steel. And this was almost 128 bajillion% hammering. A little bit of grinding on all of it, but mostly he hand pounded that out. I'm just, so impressed. I see some problems right there in the tip, though. That's sad. So we might avoid doing a double-sided knife for now. I can make up stuff sometimes. I used to sing to myself a lot when I was on deployment. Mostly because of boredom, mostly because I wondered if I could. Like, I'd start with something simple, like, shoot. What was some of the old ones? Over and away. Over and I can't sing so much as just mumble, sort of make up shit. But I'm not what anyone would call a singer or a bard, if you're asking Beardy. I'm definitely not any of that. I used to play the ocarina, it's much to my squad's complete and utter disdain.
I do not mumble rap because, you know, that genre already has enough problems without me adding to it. I mean, really? Far from home I flew over the ocean, far from you. Oh, how my heart did break, but for you I face the gift. All from the glen, all from my father's birth, from the close of room, to kiss my arms and they hold me a killer, but I'm just scared of the day. What is from Legend of Zelda? Tell me. I'm a gamer. I don't do as much gaming as I wish I did, but yeah. I'm more of a D&D man nowadays. Oh, the Ocarina, yes. It's primarily portrayed in Zelda, yes. That and I've played the mandolin not very well. Mind you, when I say I do these things, it means I've played it for like 7 months, never really got anywhere with it, and put it back down. I monkey with it stuff. I mean, like, yes. Like, I would play the lyre or lyre, however it's pronounced, occasionally. Like, we had people making shit all the time over there for just to keep us preoccupied. So we didn't go batshit insane. Fighting boredom more than anything else. You wanted shit to pop off. Oh yeah, far from master. No. I could play Ode to Joy without looking at the notes, but that was more muscle memory of knowing which hole to put my finger on. Take that as you will. It's like Magic the Gathering, but you play as the character. Tabletop RPG. You just happen to be using the oldest methods possible. Pen and paper. More tools. These tongs suck. That's the importance of knowing which tongs to use with what you're working with. So I do work out this hand with like one of those grip flexors. I try to keep them even. Because I don't want to have like, yes to, That'd be very sad. Like, this bicep is huge, but this forearm is like stacked. That would be very weird. Hi, my name's Tolvin. Nice to meet you. Try to reach behind over somebody to grip their hand and shake it and crush their fingers. It'd be terrible. terrible, I say. So much as I'm just not as skilled as where I want to be. Like, my expectations of myself are here, skill level's like somewhere down here. And I like to think that it will make me a better smith by keeping high standards for myself. Even if it surpass my standards would surpass what I can do. That's how I think I'll by constantly demanding better of myself. Oh. Just heat up already. Just do it. I want to get back to work. So, chap, what is on your minds? I know I want to know. Mostly because it's better than me singing to myself, as you mostly heard. So by all means, ask me things. I will answer pretty much any question. So did your prediction come true then, Mr. Editor? Did he become a goat? Like legitimately just transform into a giant Satan goat? Was his hair gray because he's old and useless? Nice. I wish I had music, because usually when I'm by myself I jam out to like some heavy metal. Well, unlike you, Mr. Editor, I'm not gray, just useless. Boom! Got you. As they would say. That's better. What, you believe what are Camel Crush? My cigarettes? Yes, they are Camel Crush. Yes. I like tasting mints. Yeah. My vape is dead. I forgot to charge it before I came in. I kind of like panicked, rushed to get everything together. Then forgot shit. Then started late. And I was like, no! Oh, really? Like what? Is it like just random
garbage metal, or is it like rebar or something? I have to look into seeing what they make the trailer hitches into, or out of rather, because it might be able to use it. And if all else fails, I'll use it in another project doing something. Make it into something artsy, maybe something normal. I don't know. We'll have to see. I know. I couldn't get a good fucking angle on it. I'm a little upset about myself. I'm a little upset with myself on that one. I mean, it's going the way I want it to. I just couldn't get a good angle to close, because right now it's got a lip, like about like that. So it's curving where I want it, but it's got two lips that I want to push back in. When the tip meets, it'll be one solid piece. You know, I might have to put on the fabled Glen angle on it. I just might. I just don't see any other way besides doing that. You know, it's risky, it's dangerous, but it might pay off. Well, Eric, the Glen angle, you know what? I'll let Mr. Editor describe the Glen angle. You take care of that for me. Down just a hair because it's still glowing on camera. Alright, that's not so bad. Alright, so see his 2 points? I gotta make at least that point flush with the curve. So that way when I hammer it down a bit more, it'll be a bit right on the edge. That's the Glen angle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But in the end, you'll at least feel a little better about it.
what's up, chat? We got 5 consistent viewers. It's pretty awesome. We've only been at this for about 3 hours and 7 minutes. It's not so bad. I could just do a minute of different types of sounds and then just tie it all together and loop it for 10 hours. You'd have to have the obligatory quench sound after a long time just to make everyone think that it's over, that it's done. Oh, thank God it's over. And then, huh. Ting, 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 pang. Ting, 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 pang. That's scientific sounds. Scientological. Yes, it would be your job, Mr. Hunter. When we eventually get upgraded equipment, we will work on doing videos as well as streams. We'll have to figure out a way to make the camera work streaming-wise instead of save it to the SD and then re-upload it. It is, to a degree. Oh, I'm gonna put a goddammit in there every so often. Just out of nowhere, it's gonna be a long quiet and then a bang! Goddammit! Ah, shit, my beard's on fire again. I've shaved it before. You look a mite bit nappy. I could probably use this nap, but I'd only probably nap if I was ready to do some heat treat. There's nothing, literally nothing to do when you heat treat besides put it in the oven, turn on the heat. After you preheated it, yeah, fuck it, just leave it in there and let it do its thing. And then set a timer for a few hours and there you go, heat treated. Just a little bit more until we get that little bite out. It looks huge on the camera now. Don't let it fool you. Yeah. Not so much the hands, they're not so needed, just this. Yeah, it's not really purple. It looks that way on the camera because it's not a really good camera. It can't distinguish between the shades of the heat. It was more of a dull orange, closer to like a really dull red, if I was being fairly true. I'm not a forging celebrity. I'm not that good. I'm just a guy who loves doing this shit. I'm not a forging celebrity. Lloyd's I'm just an amateur. I will one day be a master. I refuse to give up. Yeah. I'm just honest. It's not so much humble, it's just being honest. I'm not. Humble brag, not really that humble. I'm just honest with you. If I was good, I'd say I'm alright. But I'm not good. I make knife-shaped objects. I mean, you look into the history books, do you find knives that look like this? Probably not. Probably not. I'm sure there's somewhere in the bottom of a pond. I've thrown really good knives that someone thought I made into the pond. I've had guests in the shop watch me do it, and they're like, you did good. And I'm like, no, I fucked up here, here, and here. I didn't do this good, blah, blah. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. There's no point in that. Butter knife consistency with the shape right now, but we definitely are getting that lip out, and that's what I want. I turn it upside down and start pounding, but I shouldn't. I should be able to make it meet that other lip by just pounding on this side of it. Take that as you will, to get it to meet the point I want. No excuses, I should be able to do this. Like, I've done it enough. I've done it before consistently. But yeah. Propane's not freezing over, which is good. Welcome to what I do when no one's watching. I try to keep everything involved and going, always something happening. Sometimes it's really, 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 really slow. But most things in life are slow. Most good things in life are pretty slow. It takes time. As someone once said, to create with your own hands is to know what God feels like. I can't quote the author. I've read it in passing. Probably some 13-year-old back in the 80s. Got circulated, it's now a meme. But it's not completely inaccurate. I mean, the act of creation, even though I can't just magic a knife into existence, pretty awesome. I mean, I love this stuff. Blackout's got his art. Doc's got his personality and talk show. Joker's got his music. Everyone's got something they're passionate about. It takes a little while to find out what yours is. Sometimes.
But yeah. One day I'll make really cool stuff, like armor. Again, well, besides chainmail. Chainmail is ridiculously simple and easy to make. Just time consuming. Severely time consuming. Yeah. Find what you're passionate about. Grow in it. Become strong in it. Do things that you knew you couldn't do a year prior, a week prior, whatever have you. And then do it. Succeed. And then continue to grow in it. And grow stronger. And continue to make new victories. And then join the dark side of the Force. How long what? How long have I been forging? How long am I going to be streaming tonight? You gotta be a little bit more specific. Oh, shit. That depends on the size of the person you're making it for. Armor is custom. Like, people think you can make stock armor and put it on. You don't. Like, actual good historical armor was built for the person. Like, built for how you move. Well, it depends. Are you coiling your own spool, or are you getting pre-cut rings? Are you doing butted mail? Oh, yeah, it's fine. I mean, if you're doing butted mail, it's a little bit faster than rivets. Hell of a lot faster than doing welded rings. I mean, like, there's variables. Do you want stage? Do you want combat? Do you want king's mail? Because king's mail is basically double the amount of rings in a shirt. Building like, what was one example, like 40,000 rings or more? No, it was like, no, 200,000 rings for a king's mail shirt, I believe is what it was. It takes me to make a foot chain, because I make get backs for bikers. I made like it took me about an hour and a half to make a foot long chain. And then from there, so to make a general get back, 2 feet, you're looking at 3 hours. 3 hours of this. Just non-stop scooping, making ribbons, wrapping the ribbons, turning, and continuously knitting with your hands. It hurt my little fingers. It sucked. Painful on your fingers, and almost certainly at one point or another you're going to realize you put 2 rings on backwards and you have to unknit so much to get there, especially if you did rivets. And if you did it while doing the rivet portion, you kind of deserve to have to undo all of it. It would almost be easier to take your angle grinder, cut out the section, and just knit in a new piece. If it's butted, it's not so bad. You can unknit them in the individual rings and rework them. But a full shirt, I made one full shirt, and it took me of off and on work due to day work, about a month and a half of knitting. And that was because the guy couldn't get me the sizes in time. And then the sizes seemed to change depending on the day I asked him to make sure it was the right size. He wanted it for his kid. His kid was a big old boy. Big old. So I was already looking at a lot of rings already. It was terrible.
comes down to what you're wanting. Patches, I've seen people ask for pieces that just cover here to here on their own gear. Stuff like that takes little to no time. What kind of pattern? Like, there's different ways to knit chainmail. There's pretty patterns, there's weird patterns. Scale mail, like all this stuff you take in factory about what kind of material you're using, what kind of riveting or butting or welded, like different factors. Oh. That was weird. So this is something that's going to end up coming out in the grind, is the lip. So I've gotten as close as I can get right now, because it keeps slipping up my tongs, because the tongs aren't made for this size stock metal. They're just kind of cheap ones I got in the very beginning of me learning stuff. They're not great. I don't like holding stuff no more. They used to hold stuff really, really, really good, but now they're getting old and worn out, and I've heated them up and cooled them off. They're starting to lose their integrity. I'll end up buying more eventually, but I don't know about that. That's why I started Subscribestar and Streamlab stuff, so that way I could have money that goes back into the shop. Like, none of it would go towards, like, someone donated to go right back to the shop for material, fuel, tools, shit like that. Because, I mean, I can pay my own bills, but the additional stuff that I love, well, it gets a little harder. Oh, what time is it? Oof. Yeah, unit chainmail. I'm always happy to help. I mean, surprised you guys stuck with me. Almost at the 3-hour-and-a-half mark. Why do you smell burnt toast? Not sure. I don't know why you smell burnt toast. But it could be a stroke. Or maybe your wife's making toast. I don't know. It is what it is. Doc. Somebody is... Oh, thank you, Zan. Trippy Poop is doing his Sunday social media thing. If you want to look at some troglodytes, check out Trippy Poop or Trippycast. I think his link's in the description. I'm not sure. I haven't added everyone yet. But yeah.
Oh, another thing. If anyone did donate through Streamlabs, I wouldn't be able to see it right away because I don't have any form of OBS on my phone. So don't feel bad if like somebody did donate one day, 1 year down the road, and they're like, "You never read my thing." I didn't see it. I won't know until the next one. Which I'll probably make a list then and just be like rattle that shit off while I wait for that to heat up. Slowly taking that sax shape like we usually see me make. I'm going to try my darndest